minus 11 gives us 6. There it is. Nice devil's horn hand sign, John. Thank you. Promotes the idea that Iran has nuclear weapons, so we must bomb them to oblivion, like the people of Iraq at WMDs, and of course that's a lie. A true false prophet he is. If you want to call him a prophet, I refer to him as a worker of Satan. Just a very charismatic Freemason, pagan. And 1631, 1 plus 6, 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Notice how the verses he usually reads out of somehow add up to 11 in one way or the other. Yes, John 14:24. 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 4 is 11. And of course this sermon is revolving around Luke 18:11 and 1 plus 8 plus 1 plus 1 equals 11. The number of the Freemasons, it marks all of their so-called terrorist attacks which the Freemason-owned media then covers up. You'll notice they're all marked with 11. The March 11th bombings of the Madrid trains, the 7/7 bombings in London, and of course 9/11, which has over 25 11s in it. There are so many 11s it's hard to name. See, the Twin Towers were actually built for that ritual. You love John Hagee. He acts as though he's here about Jesus, and then he's going to tell you in the next sentence how it's a good idea to send your child to war to die for a sacrifice and for pride. Today he preaches about Jesus, tomorrow he tells you to go to war, then later on at night, probably around midnight, you'd find this man at the Freemason Hall, participating in satanic rituals, promoting the war of terror, promoting the lie of 9/11. For those of you that don't understand, that September 11th is the 254th day of the year. 2 plus 5 plus 4 equals 11. It means there's 111 days left. The 111th day is April 20th, ritualistically speaking, and that's why you see terrible things like the recent BP Toxic Tea Party, which was completely intentional. His son Matt Hagee. There's a nice pyramid hand sign. Thank you, John. He's a very charismatic guy, and you bet that the devil sends charismatic people to do his bidding. Like Jim Jones, like Charles Manson, like Adolf Hitler. And of course, like Prince William of Wales, people are going to line up to die in this pagan black and red. Now, of course, when does Jesus say to make preemptive strikes based on fear? Actually, I do believe Jesus says, "Fear not." Yet you find John later on preaching how we need to go to war against Iran and how the war with Iraq was such a good idea. Never even mentioning the poor peasant people of the Middle East that get bombed. Never once praying for the people of Iraq or Iran. Yes. Giving the devil's horns again, John. Now notice he's wearing the pagan black and red. Black and red are colors of Satan. That is what devil worshippers wear. And the background is all red. If he was of the Spirit of the Lord, the colors would be more blue, more purple, more gold and silver. But it's always black and red with this man. And so when I talk to people on the Facebook about the John Hagee, they say, "Oh, we know where John Hagee's heart lies. We love him." And I say to you, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. And if you love a man, if you love a human being, how easily you can be misled.